Right now we've got Jennifer Palmieri, former John Edwards advisor, and one of the most powerful men in California, Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa.
How are you, Chris?
Thank you, sir. We just spent some time together. I guess it's the old question of carrot or stick. Last night, I never saw so much carrot. The charm of Michelle Obama, she was downright fetching as a family member, as a mother. The children were divine. The father was fatherly. It was father knows best, or rather it was the Huxtables. Also, there was a great sentimental moment with Senator Kennedy, who's now sort of post-political. Tonight, is it time to throw the red meat to this crowd and remind them why they're Democrats, Mayor?
Well, I think it's time for us to remind our party and the nation that there's nothing more important than change and hope. Yesterday, we had an opportunity to hear from soon-to-be First Lady Michelle Obama, and I'll tell you, I was inspired. But I think we'll all be inspired by another First Lady, Hillary Clinton, tonight. She's going to reach out to everyone in the convention, reach out in a way that speaks to the better angels among us. It says that America is a great place and we have to come together to make the change that we need right now. And I fully expect her to hit the ball out of the park. I know you were talking a few minutes ago, speculating what she was going to do. She's going to hit the ball out of the park because she knows that the country is more important than the party or any individual. She's always been someone who is passionate about her values and her party, and she's going to get behind Barack Obama's candidacy in this election, as she has ever since the end of the primary.
Jennifer, your thoughts. Do you think Hillary Clinton wants Barack Obama elected this November, or would she like the opportunity to run again in 2012?
I think that she wants Barack Obama to be elected. She does not want to wake up on Wednesday after the election and Democrats having lost this. And I think that she's done everything that she can do thus far to convince her supporters to be for Obama. But I think that there's something about her being on the stage tonight, in that venue with the national audience, where she then says to her supporters, I do not, this man, John McCain, cannot be elected president. As she's been saying, I'm Hillary Clinton, and I don't approve the message that John McCain has been sending, saying that my supporters should be for him. But I think there's something about her, doing it in this forum that will be very powerful. And her supporters need to hear that.
John McCain has been presenting himself as a maverick, as a man who says we're worse off than we were 4 years ago. I mean, he's openly challenging the economic policies of this administration. How do the Democrats corral him back into being a Republican?
Well, he actually may have done that 4 years ago. What he said in the last few days, in the last months of the campaign, is that he wants 4 more years of Bush policies in Iraq. He wants a 100-year war, as he said. We may be in Iraq for another 100 years. He says he doesn't know much about the economy in a country that's in a recession. Frankly, I don't see the maverick. I see a man beholden to the extremes in his party, someone who doesn't represent the center of America, the heartland of America, and that's why I believe that Barack Obama will be the next president of the United States.
How tough do you think the Democrats are going to get? Are they going to go after McCain, who will be 77 years old in his first term? Will they lay that in as one of the issues?
I don't expect that you'll see that the Obama campaign used that as an issue. I think that it's an election where the issues are so much on the Democrat side. Even if you were inclined to be negative like that, you don't need to do that. I mean, you can run a positive campaign on Obama, who's a very appealing candidate, obviously. But as the mayor was pointing out, McCain has turned so much into votes with Bush 95% of the time. But his policies, his tax cuts, they're not only Bush's. He has $200 billion more in corporate taxes. There's ways to show that he's actually worse on policy. But I think things are bad enough that people are more worried about policy than personality.
You know what I mean? I've been watching these polls like you both have, and I see them coming together. It's not just that the presidential matchup is very close, if not within the margin of error, but the whole question we always ask, do you want a Democratic Congress? Do you want a Republican Congress? That's narrowing. And despite the bad economic times, the credit crunch, questions about the credit market, unemployment rising, gas prices still high, the whole problem of debt and trade, and yet with all that information in their hands and their personal experience, they're getting closer to the idea of a John McCain presidency.
First of all, the country's evenly divided, and it has been for decades. And nobody's going to run away with this election. We're going to have to work hard for every vote. And that's the challenge of this election, to speak to America's heartland, to speak to the values that I think Michelle Obama spoke to last night, to demonstrate that Barack Obama is about that opportunity. America has benefited from that opportunity and wants to ensure that more people get to enjoy it. And it's going to be a tough campaign. We all know that. But I expect that the vast majority of people in this country want that change, want the hope that he gives us, that he's imparted throughout this campaign, and I expect a victory in November.
What do you say to the woman voter, perhaps as old as I am, who feels it was who feels that it was Hillary's turn, a woman's turn, if you will? They felt that this young guy, this skinny young guy, just sort of jumped line and made it to the nomination, despite being African-American and that being a trend-setting, perhaps, event, a record-shattering event. And she says, I'm going to send a message to the Democratic leadership. Don't mess with us. I'm going to vote for this fella, this guy McCain. What do you say to her? I think Hillary Clinton has to talk to her tonight.
Right. I think Hillary Clinton has to talk to exactly her. And I think what she will say is, this is too important to let, as she has said before, if you supported me, you cannot support John McCain. It's too important to let, our hurt feelings get in the way of what is an incredibly important election. And she's been doing that since June, but I do think that I think something about how she does it tonight and from that podium will have a big impact. And I also think that President Clinton tomorrow night needs to deliver the same message and will deliver the same message. A lot of people say, well, how are you going to convince the Clinton supporters to be for him? And I think Bill and Hillary Clinton need to do that. And, Bill Clinton, he's not going to get up there and not deliver a great speech, right?
Oh, he'll give a good speech.
He's going to hit it out of the park.
That's right. These were two historic candidacies that came together that attracted millions of new voters, young people, African Americans and women. It's natural that with the kind of titanic struggle that we had during the primaries, there's going to be some hurt feelings. But at the end of the day, Democrats are going to be united. They're going to be united around the idea that Barack has something different to offer America, something that reminds them about what our values have always been about, a future where all of us can live that American dream.
Jennifer Palmieri, thank you very much. You work for John Edwards, and you, of course, the great mayor of the city of Los Angeles, Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa.